I mean, was there ever any doubt? Our little baby Baldur's Gate 3 absolutely swept at the Game Awards. Out of 9 categories, it walked away with 6 trophies, losing out to Final Fantasy XVI for Best Music and Best Narrative and Game Direction Alan Wake 2. And I completely agree with those losses. Final Fantasy is almost an impossible game to beat when it comes to its orchestral prowess, and 16 was insane in that department. Say what you will about the lack of RPG mechanics or the ambiguous ending, Final Fantasy always comes swinging with its banger soundtracks. As for narrative, I also agree, while Baldur's Gate 3 is a technical marvel and probably has so many different flags and script triggers, it'd make anyone's head spin. The story is very, plain, vanilla, I guess. It's not bad in any way, it's just nothing incredible. It does its job perfectly fine. And Alan Wake 2 has an incredible direction. Sam Lake is just a master at this now, more than 20 years in this industry with such unique titles under his belt. Now, as for what Larian and Baldur's Gate 3 won, all were completely deserved. Starting with the Best Performance Award and the amazing talent behind our flamboyant vampire Astarion is Neil Newbon, who brought this lovable character to life. While I feel this award could have gone to almost anybody in the nominees, maybe like Ben Starr for his performance as Clive in Final Fantasy XVI, Neil just had a monster of a script to act with, and with so many different variables and nuances to act through. He's essentially been living this character for 6 years or so. Very happy for him to have won this.
One thing I will say, please, if that's okay, the community has reached out to so many of us at Larian and said they were seen and they were represented by this game when they lost hope, they felt isolated, they felt alone, and this game brought them together and gave them something to push through to help them all. And to you, I want to say thank you so much for seeing us. Appreciate it.
Next up, we have the Best Community Support Trophy. Shocked that Destiny 2 could even be considered in this category, but I guess they had to be nominated for something. Since release on both PC and Xbox in August and September respectively, Larian has been pushing out these massive patches that not only have been fixing bugs and whatnot, but adding things to the game people have been asking for, like an updated Karlach ending, adding a new way to recruitment Thara, and most recently an epilogue party where you get to spend more time with and say goodbye to this amazing cast of companions you've had a journey with, a la Mass Effect 3 Citadel DLC. And who knows, maybe they'll even add some even more things after this crazy awards night. And they even shadow dropped this for Xbox after the awards show. It's just crazy, man. Best RPG. Now, this was probably the most no-brainer, and everyone knew Baldur's Gate was walking away with this trophy. And it wasn't even stacked against other really great RPGs either. Final Fantasy XVI, while good, I wouldn't really call an RPG anymore. And while I absolutely adored Lies of P, I don't know if I would call it an RPG either. I mean, I guess. I just wish it was nominated in something else so it could have taken a trophy home. Best Multiplayer Game. Now this is how you do multiplayer in RPGs. Larian absolutely nailed the fun factor in multiplayer, and it doesn't only save progress for the host like many other co-op games do. Everyone can run around as their character and engage in dialogue on their own. They can even make their own choices. However, everyone else will still be able to see this dialogue. All players in the party, get to cast a vote for what option they want. And it's just, you don't have to be glued to each other's hip like Fable 2. You can go your own direction and start doing stuff. It's amazing. You do lose out on earning approval for companions and some funny dialogue, but the trade-off is absolutely worth it. The Player's Voice Award. Now, this one shocked me. Genshin Impact didn't win this? I never would have seen this coming, but with all the TikToks and word of mouth this game has gotten over the last few months, I guess I really shouldn't be surprised. And the audience for Hoyoverse is now split between Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. So that could have definitely, factored in. But now it's time for the cream of the crop.
The cream, yeah. The cream of the crop!
The butter on your bagel, the salt on your mashed potatoes.
What's potatoes, Brussels? What's potatoes, huh?
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Baldur's Gate 3 winning Game of the Year in a year where a Zelda game was also nominated is insane, but it also bucks the trend that probably goes back forever. Now, my personal opinions aside, that being I absolutely cannot stand Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, a lot of other people really, really like those games. And with Tears of the Kingdom being a sequel to what Zelda fans call one of the best games of all time, a lot of people figured it was an easy win against them. You see the name Zelda as a nominee, and viewers just assume it's going to win. But not this year. Oh no, Baldur's Gate 3 and Larian Studios were the David to Nintendo's Zelda Goliath. And that's not even going into the other nominees like Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, or hell, even Resident Evil 4 Remake, which is a damn good remake to one of the best games ever made. But you see, the thing is, Baldur's Gate 3 needed to win for this industry to grow and change. The stigma surrounding these awards, it sucks to go into them just straight up knowing what's going to win beforehand. But after this year, maybe everything will be a surprise again. And next year is looking mighty stacked when it comes to games being released, so we might have another golden year back to back. Man, am I excited for the future of gaming.
I also want to thank everybody that supported us throughout this entire effort. Our families, our friends, our partners. You were the best, and without you, we couldn't have done it. Thank you very much. Thank you.